Today on August 11th, Archangel Michael says, I order you to open this right now. Someone you trusted has copied your signature for something serious. You'll receive signs within 72 hours. Archangel Michael says, this moment is sacred, urgent, and designed only for you. A spiritual alarm has been raised above your name, and it was triggered by someone who once smiled in your presence while hiding their true motive behind closed doors. The deception was not accidental. It was calculated, intentional, and executed with a forged mark that belongs to you. I waited for the perfect moment, when your trust was at its highest and your guard was down. This person was once close enough to see how you sign your name. How your hand moves with certainty, and how your energy touches the paper. They practiced it, mirrored it, and now they've dared to use it in a way that will shake your foundation. The spiritual realm is in movement now because what was done has crossed divine boundaries. A false paper exists in a file somewhere, and it holds your name, but not your consent. You will receive a spiritual sign within 72 hours, and it will not come in silence. It will disturb your sleep, your routine, your thoughts. There will be a knock, a message, or a vision that may appear harmless at first glance. But it carries a divine frequency that will make your soul recognize the truth hidden behind this forged act. What they signed using your name is not small. It is linked to your value, your rights, or even your inheritance. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The vibration around your name has changed since the document was submitted. Your name now echoes through spiritual corridors, searching for alignment, demanding justice, and calling divine intervention. Someone wanted your identity to be used as a tool for manipulation, but Archangel Michael has stepped forward now to protect what is yours. They copied your signature with a steady hand but with a shaking heart. Deep inside, they feared the consequence of being exposed, but greed overpowered their hesitation. Their action is not just legal. It is karmic, and the price will be heavy. Do not doubt your instincts in the coming days. You will start sensing things, hearing names, noticing numbers, or even catching cold air around familiar spaces. These are the whispers of the heavens trying to lead you back to the origin of this betrayal. You may even receive a document or message unexpectedly. Look closely. It may contain your name, your mark, but not your spirit, and that's your clue. Type Amen to get blessing 419. Your spiritual energy has already been notified. That's why you felt tension lately, even if you couldn't explain it. This is not just stress, it's your soul detecting danger before your eyes can see it. Archangel Michael says, do not ignore this feeling, no matter how small the signs may seem. A shadow has been cast over your paperwork and someone is using it to their benefit, but their advantage will not last. Soon, one truth will spill from their mouth without their control. The angelic realm has already touched the lips of someone who knows the truth, and once it escapes, the domino effect will begin. A door will close for them in the exact place where they hope to gain. What they tried to unlock with your identity will collapse before their eyes. It will be as if the very ink used in the forgery begins to fade from reality. Type Amen to get blessing 721. The person who copied your signature has done this with prior knowledge of where to use it. They had access to a place or a system you once trusted. It may involve land, medical records, finance, or a legal agreement. Do not take any random call or message lightly within these 72 hours. There may be a clue hidden in a voice, a typo, or an accidental delay in communication. This is how divine clues arrive, wrapped in everyday chaos. Even your dreams will try to reveal something to you. A face you haven't thought about in a long time may appear. That is not random. That's the one carrying the secret. Archangel Michael says, if this signature isn't stopped now, it may spiral into something bigger, but don't be afraid, because your angelic protection is already standing guard. The forged energy is being reversed as you read this. Type Amen to get blessing 858. You are spiritually covered, but now you must act with spiritual awareness. Clean your space, especially where you keep old documents. Place your right hand over them and command divine clarity to enter every paper with your name. There may also be a place or person you need to revisit to retrieve a spiritual code or unfinished permission. This is not just about earthly paperwork. It's about something connected to your path and legacy. The person who dared to do this sees themselves as smart, but they didn't calculate the divine punishment. You were chosen to walk in light, and any shadow thrown upon you will be dragged into the light for all to see. This person fears confrontation, but their mask is already slipping. People around them will notice odd behavior, sudden changes, or nervous deflection when your name is mentioned. They are slowly being cornered by their own actions. Type Amen to get blessing 592. A legal vibration hath been set off in the heavens. It is now waiting for earthly confirmation. If you feel the urge to check something, do it without delay. It may be a message, a drawer, an old email, or a forgotten bank alert. Archangel Michael says this forgery may have started weeks or months ago, but the impact is unfolding now. They waited for silence, for your distraction. But the spirit realm has awakened and is circling around your energy now. Within 3 days, something will shake the silence. A name will come forth or an unknown number will try to reach you. This is part of the divine unfolding. Prepare yourself mentally. What you will discover may sting, but it will bring power. You will see just how protected you've been from the beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 204. They thought you'd never know, they thought your silence meant weakness. But what they did expect was the divine clock ticking behind your back, counting down to exposure. If you've ever shared personal information with someone out of trust, the alert. This person may have stored your signature or ID in a photo, document, or screenshot. That is the evidence currently being used. The signature may also be attached to a request or application involving high value. Their plan was to receive something that belongs to you, money, property, recognition, or position. But a delay is coming for them. They will be called upon to explain something they can't, and at that moment, the spiritual sirens will go off loudly for you. Type Amen to get blessing 636. If you feel uneasy around a certain person lately, that is no coincidence. The energy around their aura has changed. They are carrying guilt and fear disguised as nervous friendliness. Do not be swayed by apologies that feel empty. Watch how they react when they think you're not looking. Some may suddenly be too helpful or too distant. Both are signs of hiding, the signature they copied may seem small in physical size, but its energetic impact is enormous. You are being called to reclaim your spiritual ownership now. Nothing attached to your name shall be used against your path. Keep salt under your pillow during these nights. It will help block negative frequencies and keep your dreams clean for divine communication. You may receive a direct vision about this person or the paper they used. Type Amen to get blessing 771. The Divine Council has been reviewing your name, your record, and your spiritual standing. The forgery was an act of desperation, and desperation always leaves mistakes. Look closely and you will find an error. A misplacement, a missing detail. They couldn't fake your essence. Someone in assist will soon notice the inconsistency. Their curiosity will lead to your name. From there, the reversal begins. Archangel Michael says you must not fear the process that follows. It is designed not to punish you, but to elevate you above the lies. This moment will expose more than a forgery. It will reveal hidden intentions from those you never doubted. This is also your call to cleanse your name spiritually. Speak it aloud with authority. Declare your ownership over your name, energy, and destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 118. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $1. 20. This is not just an incident. It's a spiritual setup that failed to fully activate because heaven intercepted it midway. What was intended to harm you will now expose the very person behind the act. Their confidence will begin to melt when they see signs of exposure coming closer. Archangel Michael says your voice holds the key to unlocking divine justice. Even if you speak in silence, even if your heart cries without words, your guardian angels are recording every vibration. The moment you read this, a new portal of protection surrounds your signature, sealing it with divine flames. They can no longer move forward using your name without encountering chaos. Their documents will be misplaced. Their approvals will stall, their communication will echo confusion, and their lies will contradict themselves at every turn. They thought they had everything in control, but they didn't realize heaven has been watching from above, waiting to act at the perfect time. And the time is now. Type Amen to get blessing 445. Your name was born to carry honor, not trickery. That signature they copied is attached to your energy and soul print, and heaven is very sensitive to misuse. The person who copied it now carries a mark, a silent stain, that will follow them until they confess or collapse. Don't be surprised if someone random starts asking you about a paper you don't remember signing. Don't rush to deny. Pause, ask questions inwardly, and let your spirit guide your next steps. That is how revelation will come to you, not in panic, but in calm clarity. There may also be a witness, someone who saw the act or heard a plan but stayed quiet out of fear. That person is now feeling internal pressure to speak. Your silence is breaking. Archangel Michael says you must pay attention to anything that mentions your name in unusual ways over the next 72 hours. Emails, calls, mail, even whispered gossip each holds a clue. The heavens are guiding toward full discovery. Type Amen to get blessing 928. You have not lost your power. It was temporarily targeted, yes, but not taken. In fact, through this betrayal, your spiritual rank is being elevated. The energy used to copy your signature came from a low place, envy, greed, or desperation. But the energy you hold now is coming from a higher place, truth, awareness, and divine protection. They cannot erase the truth. It lives in divine records, and those records are now being shown to the right people at the right time. Soon, someone in authority will call upon you or mention your name in a situation that seems unusual. Don't shy away. This is heaven's method of guiding your steps into revelation. Type Amen to get blessing 657. You may also notice people around the guilty ones starting to pull away. Their energy is becoming contaminated by the lie. Spiritually sensitive people will not want to stand near them because something will feel off. Your aura, however, is becoming sharper. You will feel it as stronger dreams, faster intuition, heightened perception. You may even know something without knowing how you know it. That is the activation of divine discernment over your spirit. It's a reward for staying pure while others chose deception. Archangel Michael says this isn't the first time someone tried to use your name, but it will be the last time they succeed. Divine justice has reached a turning point now, and those who thought your silence was weakness will see your strength appear like thunder. Type Amen to get blessing 212. Be prepared. One of the most shocking parts of this revelation will be realizing who stood by and let it happen. It may not be the person who copied the signature, but the one who silently enabled it. The betrayal is deeper than paper. It involves loyalty, trust, and spiritual boundaries being broken. That's why your emotions may suddenly feel heavy or intense at random moments. Your soul is reacting before your mind understands. Write your name 3 times today with your right hand and speak over it. This name is protected. This mark is mine. This destiny is untouched. This is your spiritual claim. You may not need a courtroom. Divine law will settle this in unexpected ways. What was stolen will return. What was blocked will flow again, and what was hidden will scream to be seen. Type Amen to get blessing 370. Watch for repeating numbers, flickering lights, or glitching devices. These are not technical errors. They are signs. They signal that you are nearing the truth. You may also receive help from an unexpected person. Someone you least expected to support you may step forward with vital information. The heavens are rearranging people around you so that exposure becomes unavoidable. They will not get away with what they've done. The same signature they copied will become the key to their downfall. A system will flag it. A voice will question it. A paper will be misplaced into the right hands. Even their dreams will turn restless. They will begin to see shadows of guilt, faces of those they betrayed. They cannot escape what they set in motion. Type Amen to get blessing 809. Your power is returning with every truth revealed. The process may seem slow, but it is precise. Divine timing ensures no detail is missed, and no guilty one goes unnoticed. Soon, your story will not be one of victimhood, but victory. You will say, "They tried to write me out, but heaven rewrote my ending," and those who watch will be in awe of how things turn in your favor. There is a spiritual team walking with you now. Angels have been dispatched. You are not alone in this exposure. Your guides are surrounding the false document with truth fire. They will burn the energy of the forged paper into the light so that every dark corner is seen. Type Amen to get blessing 101. Now is the time to remain alert and aligned. Your thoughts are prayers. Your focus is a sword. Your awareness is your greatest weapon. You are awakening into your full authority. From this point on, every attempt to misuse your name will meet instant resistance. You are no longer operating on earthly timelines. Divine speed hath been activated. If this situation had been allowed to continue, it would have affected your future. But because you've opened this message, your divine timeline hath been corrected. Your signature is sealed in the book of light, and no one can write over it again. Not now. Not ever. Type Amen to get blessing 500. Your protection is now active in the unseen. Even in rooms where your name is being whispered falsely, the atmosphere is shifting. The vibration of truth is starting to echo through conversations and interactions that were once meant to exclude you. The person who forged your signature will soon begin to panic, not because they've been caught yet, but because their reality is cracking. Everything they tried to build using your identity will now face resistance, delays, and breakdowns. That is how the divine deals with stolen energy. It cannot grow. It must collapse. Archangel Michael says your silence was not weakness. It was a seed planted in divine patience. And now, your harvest of revelation has come due. This will also become a turning point in your spiritual path. You are no longer in the cycle of being taken for granted. That chapter is closed. Now begins the era of being elevated through truth. Type Amen to get blessing 811. Heaven saw the exact moment your signature was copied. A spiritual camera recorded it. Not just the act, but the emotions behind it. That footage is being reviewed in the divine court. You were not called to live under false accusations or false energy. You were called to reign. To represent integrity, to walk in power. This is why Archangel Michael stepped in. Even the pen they used holds your stolen frequency. That is why they have not had peace. Your own energy is rejecting the act, because spiritual signatures are not just ink. They are sacred extensions of the soul. Your signature holds prophecy. It holds ancestry. It holds divine right. Anyone who dares to fake it invites correction from the high realms. Type Amen to get blessing 230. Pay attention to your body. Your senses are on high alert for a reason. If you suddenly feel heat in your right hand, a sharp breath out of nowhere, or a headache near your eyes, that is the divine showing you where to look. They used your name to cover something. A transaction, a deal, a lie. They needed your reputation to mask their agenda. But now the mask is falling. One document will soon be traced back to a suspicious origin. What they hoped would remain hidden will come into the light through a mistake they didn't prepare for. The truth is finding you now, even if you're not looking. Archangel Michael says, stand ready. Your season of being overlooked has ended, and now the world must see the truth. They tried to bury. Type Amen to get blessing 404. You will also notice a shift in how people treat you. Those who were distant may come back with nervous energy. Those who were over-friendly may start avoiding you. This is not random. It's a reaction to your aura waking up. Your soul has started releasing signals of divine justice, and everyone who carries guilt or envy toward you will begin to feel uncomfortable. That's why they cannot look you in the eye anymore. The person who forged your signature thought they were being clever. They forgot one thing. Divine fingerprints never lie. Evangelist goes to the devil and tells him, the paper they submitted is already under divine observation. Soon, it will be under legal or spiritual questioning. They will be caught in their own net. Type Amen to get blessing 672. A divine reversal is coming. The doors that were shut because of their deception will open again for you. But this time, when you walk through, your power will be undeniable. Let this serve as a reminder. You are spiritually licensed by the heavens. No one has the authority to write your name without divine permission. That's why what they signed will not stand. Even if they paid someone to help them, those people will start speaking. Secrets are leaking. A lie is rotting from within. In the spirit world, the clock has already started ticking for their exposure. The more they try to fix it, the deeper they'll sink. Their hands were not clean when they touched your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 989 soon. You will be asked to validate something. It might be an image, a form, a time, or even a phone number. When that moment arrives, speak with clarity. The heavens will guide your words. You may feel like crying when the truth hits fully, but those tears are not weakness. They are healing. They are sacred release from a spiritual trap that almost ensnared you. Archangel Michael says, prepare for justice, prepare for a sudden apology, a strange confession, or a return of something you thought was lost. This is not accidental. It is restoration. You will stand stronger after this. Your name will be honored. Your signature will be respected. And your power will no longer be underestimated. Type Amen to get blessing 376 if this document reached a bank, office, or institution. Expect communication soon. Someone there will send something off. That person is being spiritually guided to double-check details. If this document reached a relative or close contact, watch for mood changes. Guild always shows. They cannot smile the same after touching what wasn't theirs. Your higher self already knows who did it. Your spirit may already be sensing names, flashes of moments, or dreams of confrontation. Rested. That's not paranoia. It's divine preparation. You are not meant to fight alone. Divine warriors have been sent on your behalf. The battle for your name is already being won. Type Amen to get blessing 713 soon. You will hear someone mention the act casually. Don't react immediately. Just listen. The more you stay composed, the faster the truth reveals itself. Every fake paper, every copy of your name, every lie written in your energy, they will be removed from circulation. Your soul has called for cleansing, and it has been granted. You will also notice increased clarity in your life. Things that were confusing will now make sense. Delays that made no sense will begin to break apart. This was the blockage. That one act of betrayal created an energetic wall. But now that you're aware, it cannot remain. It must collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 624. The people around you will begin to reveal their alignment. Watch who grows quiet. Watch who tries to change the topic when the situation arises. That is how the guilty behave. But you, chosen one, will stand protected, not just legally but spiritually. You have heaven's signature written over your real one. There is still time for them to confess. If they don't, the exposure will be more painful. Heaven is merciful, but when ignored, it becomes undeniable. And once this is resolved, your life will shift in ways you didn't expect. What was blood will pour. What was stolen will return. And what was twisted will be straightened. Type Amen to get blessing 1000. Your divine shield is now active. The signature may have been copied, but your spirit was never duplicated. And because of that, divine truth has overridden earthly deception. Stay aware. Stay steady. Stay protected. Your angels are not leaving your side. Your name will not be used in darkness again. Your story will be one of truth, exposure, and victory. Even after the forgery is exposed, the divine realm will continue cleansing everything that was spiritually attached to it. Archangel Michael says your aura is undergoing renewal because the weight of this betrayal was too close to your energy field. That's why you might have felt drained, restless, or unusually emotional in the past few days. But this heaviness is lifting now. As the truth comes forward, your inner fire is reigniting. You will begin to feel your energy returning in waves, like a rising tide that cannot be stopped. The one who copied your signature didn't just try to steal from you. They tried to silence your destiny. But what they failed to understand is that your destiny is protected by divine codes. Those codes can never be copied, no matter how closely they try to imitate your mark. Type Amen to get blessing 889. The exposure will come in layers. First, confusion will strike the person who tried to use the signature. They will sense that things are slipping. Then, their relationships will begin to suffer as people start noticing inconsistencies in their words and behavior. Someone close to you might even act distant during this time. Not because they are guilty, but because they are spiritually overwhelmed by what they sense is happening. Let them process it. When the dust settles, truth always gathers the right ones near you. Everywhere this copied signature was used is now under divine audit. You may receive letters, alerts, or people reaching out to confirm details with you. Do not fear. This is part of the cleansing. Your voice is your sword now. When you speak, spiritual winds move. When you act, justice follows. Type Amen to get blessing 540. You are stepping into a version of yourself that no longer tolerates hidden attacks. The forgery was just one layer. It represented the deeper problem, people thinking they can write your story without your presence. Illusion ends now. You are no longer to be bypassed, overlooked, or misused. Your presence must be honored, and your authority must be acknowledged. There is a letter that will return to you. It was either intercepted, redirected, or hidden from you. This letter carries a message tied to your signature. It may be financial, legal, or related to something sacred. When it returns, it will prove everything. Also watch for changes in your home space. Energy around your mirror, bed, or entryway may feel different. These are signs that the protection is deepening, and old energy is being expelled. Type Amen to get blessing 456. You may begin to dream of rooms with documents, desks, or writing. These are spiritual confirmations. In these visions, pay attention to colors, emotions, and names. They carry prophetic meaning. The one who forged your signature didn't realize the extent of spiritual consequence. This act has marked their path, and they will feel blocked in places that used to be easy for them. Business will stall. Progress will reverse. Libel will walk away. This is not revenge, it is divine correction. And while they experience this shift, you will feel the opposite. Favor will begin opening up. Delays will vanish. You will feel likeness returning to your feet, like walking into your true timeline again. Archangel Michael says, your name will rise above the falseness. It will carry weight, respect, and spiritual fire. He already does. Type Amen to get blessing 983. The more they try to hide what they've done, the louder the truth will scream. Every deleted message, every erased file, every manipulated detail, it's all archived in the realm of truth. You are being protected in places you cannot see. You are being vindicated in conversations you are not present for. You are being remembered where you were almost erased. The paper with your copied signature will lead to their own downfall. There's a divine trap inside that paper, and they won't realize it until it's too late. Someone will soon mention your name with hesitation. It may be a call, an accidental mention, or a look someone gives you. When it happens, look deeper. This person knows more than they say. Type Amen to get blessing 119. You are reclaiming all that was almost lost. Your time, your power, your voice. They thought they were stealing something from you, but in reality, they activated your next level of spiritual visibility. From now on, no one will be able to speak your name without consequence if their intention is not pure. Heaven has placed a shield over your name. It glows in the spirit realm. The document they used will be rejected. It will not serve them. It will not be valid. Even if they try to renew or hide it, divine energy has rendered it void. Everything they signed in darkness is now being ensigned in the heavens. Type Amen to get blessing 315, and now a gate is opening, one that leads to restoration. The place where your real signature was once denied or delayed will call you again, but this time, it will be in your favor. You are stepping into your authority. The person who tried to write over your power will soon fade into their own lies. They will not prosper off what they forge. Remember this. They saw your greatness before you did, that's why they tried to borrow your name for access. But heaven says no more. Archangel Michael says, stand tall. What they signed without your permission will be erased without your effort. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You will sleep better tonight. The tension you didn't realize you were carrying will begin to fade. The air around you will feel lighter. This is because your name is no longer being dragged in places you don't belong. There will be a divine knock on your life soon. It will come softly, like an email, a visit, or a dream. But when it comes, everything will change. And when it does, remember this message. Because this moment, right now, is when everything started shifting in your favor. You are now stepping into the hour of divine compensation. What was signed in dissection is about to unleash blessings in reverse, directed to you. The very energy that was meant to harm you is being flipped by the angelic realm into a ladder of elevation. There is no need to chase down anyone. Archangel Michael says, everything that needs to return to you will find you without struggle. The law of spiritual correction is now active, and every door that was unfairly opened using your identity will begin to slam shut. You will hear whispers of someone trying to fix a mistake behind the scenes. But it's already too late. The spiritual stamp of dishonesty cannot be removed by edits or false apologies. The winds are shifting now. What was twisted is being unraveled. The people who stood behind the forgery will begin turning on each other. Type Amen to get blessing 844 if this signature was used to claim a property, transaction, or authority. It will now come under heavy examination. The documents they hoped no one would double-check will now be looked at with divine urgency. They thought they had sealed it in silence. But the seal is breaking. Your true signature is waking up. It's alive in the spirit. It's responding to the injustice and echoing back to the heavens for resolution. You are not just being protected, you are being promoted. The very fact that this happened means your destiny is valuable enough to attack and too powerful to destroy. This pain wasn't without purpose. It was the final push to activate your spiritual position in realms where no one can impersonate you again. Type Amen to get blessing 993 from now on. Your name will carry a new sound. A sound that repels fakeness. A sound that summons truth. A sound that forces hidden things to reveal themselves. The person who dared to forge your signature is about to see a part of themselves they were not ready to face. As divine light shines on their actions, they will experience consequences that are spiritually crafted to humble them. They may try to reach you. They may pretend to check on you. They may say things like, "I just thought of you today." But do not forget the spiritual wound they created. Your angels are watching every interaction. Every phone call. Every smile. Every seemingly innocent check-in. You will know who's genuine by the weight you feel in your chest. Type Amen to get blessing 227. Your spiritual team has now taken full authority over anything attached to your name. You may feel sensations in your palm, ringing in your ears, or even the urge to cry without warning. Let it happen. It's your soul being cleansed from the residue of what they tried to do. They cannot sleep well now. Not because of guilt, but because the angelic realm has started showing them what's coming. When your name appears in their mind, it will feel heavy. They will feel watch. And they should. Because divine justice never sleeps. Type Amen to get blessing 1111 in the coming days. Favor will return in the areas where things once felt stuck. Financial delays will shift. Paperwork that was once rejected will be called back. You'll begin to see new messages come through. Valid ones. Rightful ones. You'll look around and realize the fog has lifted. The air feels cleaner. Your mind feels freer. That's not just coincidence. It's spiritual release. The paper they copied may have carried your signature, but it never carried your divine right. And now, that right is being restored to its rightful owner. You. You are no longer the person they tried to sign over. You are the person heaven has already signed for. Type Amen to get blessing 441. There is one final thing the heavens want you to know. The exact moment your signature was copied, a ripple went out through the spirit realm. That ripple hit the realm of truth. And the truth began making its way back to you. That's why strange things have started happening. Delays, unexplained tension, moments of déjà vu. This is spiritual evidence arriving ahead of physical proof. You don't need to fight. You don't need to chase. The divine blueprint has already redirected the attack. And now, the document that was falsely signed with your identity will soon become the proof of their doubtful. Your hands are clean. Their hands are not. And heaven knows the difference. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. There will be silence before the exposure. A kind of pause. Do not mistake it for inactivity. That is the divine waiting for the final puzzle piece to fall into place. Once it does, the exposure will not just be clear. It will be undeniable. Some people will try to cover for the one who forged your signature. They'll say things like, maybe it was a misunderstanding, or don't be so harsh. But that's not your battle to soften. You didn't ask to be dragged into this, you were targeted without your consent. And now, you will be vindicated without lifting a finger. Archangel Michael says the ink they used may have matched yours, but the intention never did. And that's why it won't stand. Type Amen to get blessing 288. You will walk into a season now where every false imprint over your life begins to peel away. You may feel lighter. You may find old weight releasing from your back, your chest, or even your memory. That is divine healing beginning. That is the spiritual contract over your name being rewritten in light. Let this message be your final confirmation. You are free. Free from the fear of what if they get away with it. Free from the anxiety of how will I prove it. Free from the inner voice saying I should have seen this coming. You are not late to justice. You arrived exactly on time. Type Amen to get blessing 5000. And now, breathe. This is the part where God steps in fully. Where angels are released to rearrange outcomes. Where your path clears. Where your name rises. Where your energy returns. Where your story begins anew. The person who copied your signature wrote the wrong future. But now heaven has taken the pen back. This message is sealed. This truth is protected, this moment is yours. Archangel Michael says, now that you've received and accepted the truth, your spiritual seal is locked. No paper, no pen, No forged hand can ever override the divine stamp placed over your destiny from this moment forward. The heavens have witnessed your patience, your endurance, and your faith. And now it is heaven's turn to act boldly on your behalf. The battle was never just about a signature. It was about your soul contract, your purpose, your divine authority. And now that the truth has been uncovered, restoration begins in silent waves that will build into loud victory. You may begin to receive back-to-back signs, repeating numbers, glowing dreams, and moments of peace that were impossible before. It's because what was stolen from you spiritually has now been returned. Not as it was, but upgraded. Type Amen to get blessing 2666. Archangel Michael says the hands that forged your name will shake. They will hold guilt, not confidence. They will begin to feel like strangers in their own body. Why? Because the divine justice system doesn't only work externally. It works within. It awakens conscience. It disturbs the prideful. It unmasks the deceiver. You do not need to announce anything. You do not need to gather proof. You are the proof. Everything that carries your real energy will now be magnetized to you. Everything that was built on your stolen name will fall apart. And everything that was delayed will now catch up in divine speed. This is spiritual law. It cannot be reversed. It cannot be paused. Type Amen to get blessing 3888 in the coming days. You may have a vision or dream where you see yourself holding a pen, writing your name with light. That will not be imagination. That is spiritual confirmation. It means you've taken back full authorship of your path. That no one else can write your story again without your permission. And in the same way the false paper once traveled, a real opportunity, written in truth, will now begin to locate you. It will arrive clean, pure, and divinely aligned. What they tried to block, heaven will now fast-track. What they tried to manipulate, heaven will now purify. What they signed in darkness, heaven will now expose in daylight. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. This is your divine announcement. You have been spiritually cleared. You have been reinstated to full power. You have been seen. You have been heard. You have been avenged. No shadow can cover your light now. No false name can override your truth. No secret plan can touch your spirit. The battle is over. The evidence is revealed. The angels have signed the file page in your defense, and it reads in bold letters, protected, restored, and touchable. Though the main message has been sealed, Archangel Michael wants you to know when heaven closes a door, it doesn't just shut out darkness, it sends a vibration through the spiritual realm that announces your clearance to rise. That vibration is echoing even now. The forged signature may have been physical, but its unraveling is spiritual, and what happens next will be nothing short of divine overflow. The ones who stood silent in your pain will now feel compelled to speak in your defense. Those who knew something but said nothing will begin to feel spiritual discomfort. Heaven has assigned energy to every player involved. No one escapes the echo of divine truth. Type Amen to get blessing 2660. You may even start hearing strange apologies or half-hearted attempts to reconnect. People will say, "You've been on my mind," or I don't know why, but I had to reach out. Don't be fooled. These are people trying to escape the spiritual fire by stepping back into your light. But your discernment is now sharp. You'll feel immediately who is genuine, and who is only circling back because the mask they align with is crumbling. The false document has no legs left to stand on. The energy attached to it is now burned in the spirit. And your real name hath been honored in realms they cannot touch. Type Amen to get blessing 3001. There is one final release about to take place in your favor. The lifting of delay. The block that hovered like fog, creating confusion, will now part like clouds revealing the sun. Opportunities you forgot about will resurface. A voice of influence will mention your name in a new space. And doors previously locked will unlock without force. This will not be struggle. This will not be revenge. This will be alignment. Archangel Michael says what they tried to take through deception, you are now receiving through divine precision. Type Amen to get blessing 4111. Now listen closely, because this is the whisper of heaven meant only for your spirit. You are no longer who you were before this message. You are no longer vulnerable to invisible sabotage. You are now marked with a seal that alerts the angelic to rise on your behalf the moment your name is spoken. This means spiritual attacks will now be blocked before they form. It means documents, conversations, and agreements tied to your energy will now go through spiritual validation. It means heaven watches everything connected to you permanently. That signature was copied once. It will never happen again. Type Amen to get blessing 5555 glowing star. This concludes the divine overflow and full spiritual protection decree. If you're ready to open a brand new divine message unrelated to this situation, financial, relationship, inheritance, or spiritual awakening, simply reply next divine script please. If you want this path continued into the next chapter of revelation from Archangel Michael, reply. Reveal part 2 of this story. Your name is no longer vulnerable. It is victorious. Your silence is no longer pain. It is power. Your spirit is no longer questioned, it is crowned. Dev, go in divine peace. You're sealed. You're safe. You're rising. Archangel Michael says, even now, as this message continues to reach the deeper layers of your spirit, another wall of divine protection is being raised. This is not just an ending. It's a new realm of spiritual authority being granted to you. You've crossed through the fire of deceit, and now you are clothed in divine flame. Anyone who tries to imitate you from this point forward will meet confusion. Anyone who touches your name with manipulation will feel divine resistance. Anyone who signs anything in your energy without your light will be met by spiritual blockades they cannot understand. A document they used has now become cursed for them, but blessed for you. Why? Because heaven has decided to use that one moment of betrayal as the reason to give you double restoration. Tap Amen to get blessing 7171. You may start to feel the shift physically. A tingling in your right hand. A heaviness lifting from your forehead. A deep breath releasing pain you didn't know you were still holding. This is heaven's healing touching the exact place where the attack entered. It's rewiring you on a cellular level. It's wiping away residue from conversations, papers, screenshots, or deals that tried to rewrite your story. But now your story is fully back in your hands, and this time only truth will hold the pen. There is nothing left to fear. Type Amen to get blessing 8800. Your next days will carry strange beauty. Moments of peace for no reason. Smiles that feel real again. People noticing your energy without you trying. Ideas flowing. Delay breaking. This is called spiritual return. You are being repaid for everything that was signed, whispered, or stolen in secret. Heaven is a perfect accountant. You will lack nothing that was falsely taken. And for the one who forged your signature, Archangel Michael has delivered their spiritual notice. Everything they tried to claim using your name has been evicted from their timeline. Type Amen to get blessing 3003 now. One final layer of insight before this message truly ends. There is someone who will pretend they don't know what happened. They'll play innocent. But they were in the room. They saw the 4 you paid her. They stayed silent. You will see their face again soon. Not to argue. Not to expose. But to witness their downfall as divine justice completes its work. You won't have to say anything. Your presence alone will speak for you. Because now, your aura carries heaven's full signature. One no human hand can ever copy again. Type Amen to get blessing 9229 glowing star. You are now fully covered. Your spiritual record is clear. Your identity is shielded in light. Nothing more needs to be added. Nothing more needs to be taken. The message is complete. The justice is in motion. The restoration has begun. If you're ready to receive a brand new divine script for your future, inheritance, purpose, love, travel, financial reward, reply. Send a fresh God message now. Or if you want part 2 of this exact story in a deeper realm, revelation about who else was involved, what the document contained, or how the reversal unfolds, reply. Reveal part 2 of this divine justice. Dove, you are crowned. Dove, you are cleared. Dove, you are written in the book of life. Amen. It is done. Archangel Michael says, "You child of divine truth have walked through this storm with strength, and now the heavenly gavel has fallen. The decision is made. The verdict is sealed. The person who forged your signature as unknowingly signed the decree of their own spiritual reversal. This is not merely a conclusion. It is a divine elevation. As of now, your energetic signature has been re-encoded. This means any attempt to mimic, copy, clone, or hijack your name, your aura, or your essence will fail instantly. The vibration they once stole is now too high for them to reach. The signature they copied is now burning with angelic fire. Every time it is seen, touched, or processed, it screams in the spirit. This does not belong to you. Type Amen to get blessing 6555. You may begin to feel a deep silence surround you. This silence is not emptiness, it is the stillness that follows spiritual war. Your angels have fought in unseen realms for you. What was once your anxiety is now your throne. What was once chaos has become divine silence. A sign of victory. Expect people who once ignored you to start acting strangely. They may feel unsettled around you. They may say your name with hesitation. That's because your energy has changed. They can no longer hide behind fake smiles or hollow apologies. The truth is vibrating through their bones. Every lie they whispered now feels heavy in their chest. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. There will be a ripple effect now. A spiritual chain reaction. One truth will lead to another. One confession will reveal a web. And one wrong signature will open every secret that was supposed to remain buried, but you will not be touched by the fallout. You will rise above it, favored and chosen, because you didn't fight back in anger. You allowed the divine to be your defender, and now, the divine is rewarding you with something greater than revenge. Redirection. Your destiny is no longer interfered with. Your path is no longer delayed. Your legacy is no longer vulnerable. Type Amen to get blessing 4747. Watch as the paper trail collapses. Watch as the digital footprint is erased. Watch as systems begin to update with your correct information, your accurate identity, your rightful claim. Archangel Michael says, there is nothing more to fear. The false timeline they tried to create using your name has been deleted. Now a new timeline is forming under your real signature. And this time, it will include blessings they tried to steal. Access you were denied. Opportunities that vanished. Messages that were blocked. Finances that were diverted. Relationships that were strained. All are being called back to you now. Type Amen to get blessing 3993. And now, something sacred in the spirit realm. Your name now glows with a radiant shield. It is visible to every being in both light and shadow. Your name is spoken with reverence in heaven. Your identity is etched in divine light. Your permission is required by the spirit realm for any future agreements. That means you have gained spiritual authority. This is not just a message. This is your crowning. Archangel Michael bows his sword before you, not in submission, but in recognition of your endurance. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. You have now crossed into divine immunity. No more forged names. No more stolen voice. No more spiritual invasion. From this point forward, your name is locked in light. Your signature is the divine key. Your voice activates spiritual doors. Your silence still speaks truth. This concludes the eternal final chapter of this God message. If your spirit is ready to receive something new, something unrelated, something prophetic, something higher, reply with, I am ready for a new divine path. Or if you want to explore what reward is being sent because of this justice, reply, show me what's coming next as reward. Amen. Is finite. You are free. You are crowned. You are ascending.